Hi guys, today we're going to be mounting up this Nilight 420 watt combo spot floodlight on my 2017 Hustler Raptor SDX zero turn lawnmower. Stay tuned and we'll see how she looks. Alright guys, we got her all bolted on there. It's pretty seamless and easy installation. We just got to get our wiring harness run back to the battery and our switch installed in the console over there, and we should be done. It bolted right on in these existing mounting holes. The only concern that I have is the nut that's inside of there where the brackets are allowed to tilt. It didn't really want to tighten up overly tight here on this left side, so we'll see if it holds. I might pull it back off there and see if there's an issue with that nut or what's failing in there, because it didn't really suck up overly tight. Although it's not going anywhere. It just might something I want to double check to see what the quality is. This is the wiring harness that I went with. It's the Mick Tuning Heavy Duty 12 gauge. I went with this because it has a little bit higher current draw, and I went with the Mick Tuning because lots of the actual Nilight ones, they have a rocker switch that's continuously powered, and I don't want this killing my battery all the time, so I went with this one that doesn't always constantly have a light on. Let's get it opened up and we'll see what she looks like. So this is what everything looks like for the wiring harness. Comes with some miscellaneous fuse sizes there, as well as some butt connectors that you can put on your lights. We'll start at the source. Here are our battery terminals with our fuse holder. They come out of the relay and then come up to our switch. So this is the switch. It's the pretty generic standard switch, but it's not powered all the time with a light, so that's what I wanted. And on this end, I actually have dual connections because I'm actually going to be putting another set of lights on this here shortly, which we'll see later in the video. So for now, let's go ahead and get this stuck on. Here's this end of the harness wired up at the main light bar. I used their butt connectors, but I have some extra shrink tubes, so I'm going to slide this over the connectors and keep them nice and sealed up, since they're going to be kind of over here up in front of the deck area. I want to try and keep them protected and sealed up. I'll post some pictures after I get that done. Here's a quick overview of where I ran my wiring. You can see my zip ties through my existing frame holes on the outside here. And I'll come back over to this other side and try to give you a shot up in there, but basically it just runs up in that frame rail, and I'll show you where it pokes out over there. So I come up back here into the engine compartment. Right there's my pigtail for my second set of lights that I'll be adding as soon as they show up here. Come up into the engine and battery compartment. Come over, mounted my relay right there on the back side of this battery strap. Got my positive and negative connections right there. And then my wiring harness, I bundled up all the slack right there and zip tied it to the frame. My switch is underneath the fender there. Got it right here on the back side. Alright, now the moment everyone's been waiting for. We're going to fire up this main one here and we'll see what she looks like. As you can tell, it's pretty stinking bright in my garage here. I'll open the door here in a minute and see what it looks like outside. Here's what it looks like looking out my driveway across the street. Doing a pretty good job of lighting everything up out here. I'll have to take it out some night after I get my other lights added, and we'll do a full nighttime video. These are the Nilight little pod lights that I got to go on my deck so it shines down. I made this custom wire splitter harness that I'll attach to the second output of my previous harness. So I made this little custom one, and I'll put it in some split loom that I have. These are the Nilight 60 watt combo spot flood Although I'm going to guess that they also don't put out the total wattage, but we will see what they do. Here's how I mounted these little spotlights. I had these aluminum stanchions that I use at work to mount solar panels, and there was already a hole in the frame there, so I just stuck a 3/8 bolt through it that these shafts were already threaded for. And then the Nilight bracket went right on there, and I have 2 directions of adjustment. Just ran my harness wires across to where my second connection for my mic tuning harness was. Same thing on this side. Got a little aluminum extension there. Threads right onto it. Worked perfect. Keeps them nice and kind of hid behind the wheels, under the fenders there. They don't stick out or I'm going to kick them or anything. They shine right down at the deck. Alright, here we are with the finished product. With my 420 watt Nilight light bar and my 2 60 watt Nilight pods over here shining on my deck. Overall everything worked pretty well, but I know they don't pull nearly as much as they say they do because I only have a 30 amp fuse in there right now. And if this was truly 420 watts and an additional 120, it would be pulling a lot more than 30 amps at 12 volts. So everything works pretty well. I'll have to test it out and take her for a drive some night when my daughter's not sleeping. But it looks awesome. I'm really excited to use it this next spring. As always, the links will be posted down below for what products I've used. And thank you very much for watching.